Start stream. Hi guys, let's get the camera a bit lower. Let's get me set up properly. How we going? Right, I haven't had a chance to tell you guys that we're live. So let's just make the picture a bit bigger. All right, it just disappeared on me. So okay, it doesn't matter. I can redo that. So how is everyone? I've just been for a walk. I did a couple of very short lives. Hi, Marie Presley. I'm just setting things up. So we're going to do a Marie Presley live stream. Let me just, 1 second. Let me just get things set up. I found a very old documentary that I'm surprised that I've never seen because it looks really good. Let's see if we can get it up on the screen. And I thought we could watch it together. Now, it's so long, I might watch some of it on here and some of it on the Keto channel. Because it's so long. I don't like this. I don't like the shows to go on more than an hour because people don't tend to watch the second hour. So I'm just messing around with the screen. I've got myself a lovely coffee. And I thought I'll start it and then I can quickly, while it's playing. Hi, Luann. I'm just getting this ready now. I want to play this documentary, this Lisa Marie documentary. I'm going to make it quite big so we can all watch it together. While it's playing, I'm going to quickly tell everyone that we're live. Okay? This is my plan. Oh, right. I'm going to press play. Then I've got my lovely coffee. Morning to you. It's happy Sunday. Tino's with me in the background. Oh, you can't beat the first coffee. Right, let's get my earphones on and we're going to press play while I quickly tell everyone we're live, okay? It does take me about 5 minutes to tell everyone that we're live. So morning to you. Let's get back just a touch. Okay, I think you're going to like this. Now, I haven't watched this. This is the first time I've watched it. So if there's things in it that are not good, I'm sorry. I'm hoping we'll see. We'll see. No, Tino, you can't. No, because I remember I'm live now. Turn it right down. Come on, quick. Tina's in the background. Come on, more down. Tina, just a little bit more. Right. Tina's been a little cheeky monkey, ain't you, mate? Let's press play and I'll start telling everyone.
They had a certain something.
Her dad was a little more than the average guy.
Ooh, why is it not?
And Lisa was a little more than the average kid.
Not only did she have a
Can't
voice,
hear it.
but it was
1 second.
different.
Ah, it's working in this here.
They chased one goal relentlessly.
She's had her
Alright, it's
eye
only
on the
working in one
mountain,
ear, but that
and she's
doesn't
never given out.
Through struggles
Lisa watched us take him down the steps and put him in the ambulance.
Lisa said, "My daddy's dead, my daddy's dead."
and setbacks.
Not only did he break her heart, he also cracked her soul.
Some people are just driven. A child celebrity's defiant pursuit of superstardom.
She just didn't want to do what others thought she should do. She did what she wanted to do.
She's a total rebel.
Never before seen images, stories, and revelations from the people who know what really happened.
She involved herself with a wrong crowd. She tried certain things, substances.
It's very difficult to live your life
Ooh, let
under
me
such
just,
scrutiny.
Now, guys, obviously we're doing this from the point of view of defending, yeah? So, obviously, we've just heard Priscilla say, oh, she tried certain things, you know, substances. Yes, we know this, but we also have to understand why she felt she needed to, the life she had led. What emotionally damaged her, yeah? So, it isn't straightforward. Let's keep going.
Because they lived it with her.
She grew up in the absolute pressure cooker.
Even if she wasn't Elvis Presley's child.
Again, she grew up in an absolute pressure cooker. It's complicated, isn't it? Yeah, Elvis's daughter. But Priscilla's decisions that she makes. Yeah, the unfaithfulness from Priscilla, but not just that, the massive volcanic eruption of being dragged away from her father around end of 71, demanding a divorce after being caught being unfaithful with Mike Stone that she had secretly been seeing for a year. So we have to weigh all this in when we're watching these old vintage documentaries.
This is what she was born to do.
This is Driven. Lisa Marie Presley.
Lisa was born February 1st, 1968 in Memphis, Tennessee, at the Baptist Hospital there.
It was an anticipated birth, and it was a big deal.
So how many of you have seen this, guys? How many? Let me just check your comments. I'm just quickly telling everyone that we're live. So what morning to everyone that's here. It's around 8:30 a.m. Southwest UK. We're just chilling out watching this. I've never seen this vintage documentary ever. So it's going to be interesting, guys. Let's give everyone a chance to join us.
Her dad was a little more than the average guy.
Elvis was just so excited and overwhelmed. He was like a typical father, handing out cigars to people.
Seeing Elvis as a father the first time, what really impressed me was he seemed natural holding the baby.
We couldn't believe that we had a child.
I'm going to keep butting in here whilst I'm trying to let everyone know we're live. Elvis loved being a father, loved it, took to it like a duck to water. Yes, it was shocking for Priscilla. She literally couldn't believe she was a mother. Let's keep watching.
She was so tiny.
I love this. Elvis loved Lisa. Lisa was Elvis's heart. Beautifully put by Estelle Brown, one of Elvis's backing singers.
The center of his joy.
You could tell by the look on his face that he adored her. And you could tell that she adored him.
Love it. You could tell by the look on his face that he adored her. Come on, guys. And she adored him.
Elvis would spoil her, you know, in a good way.
That's show.
Almost every time they speak, Elvis would spoil her. Yeah, of course, it's Elvis.
Their affection through presents.
He bought her little mink coats. He buy her diamond rings and little jewelry and stuff like that. Anything she
mink coat, diamond rings.
wanted.
They had this really magical relationship, and they spent a lot.
Oh my God, almost every word that they say, they have this really magical relationship.
Of time together, they were very close. Lisa has a lot of her father in her.
Even that, Lisa has a lot of her father in her. Come on, guys. Isn't that one of the standout things that we think of Lisa? That she is so much like her father in so many ways. When you watch Lisa being interviewed in any decade, you just see Elvis. You just see she is a mini Elvis.
She just had this innate thing about music.
When she was 3 years old, I bought her a record player.
A big red record player that she constantly would play.
And do you know what? I've watched quite a few interviews now. She does say that music was everything to her. Music literally meant the world to her.
One of the songs that she loved was Sweet Caroline. Another was Polk Salad Annie. Both these songs Elvis did on stage.
And she would just listen, sometimes to the same record over and over and over again.
And she'd have stacks of 45s, and she was like a little DJ.
Lisa saw a lot of concerts with her father. You know, he brought her on tour from time to time. She would go to Vegas. Her mother would bring her.
When we went to Vegas, we would, go all out, and I designed mother-daughter outfits for her and myself.
I didn't know this. I didn't know that Lisa went to Vegas quite a lot and all that, and the mother-daughter outfits.
And we had the same booth we would go and sit in each time.
They'd have the spotlight on her, and she'd be waving to everybody. That had to be awesome.
Do you imagine that? Little Lisa waving to all the audience at the concerts. Love it, love it.
Be in a room with 15,000 people, and they're all looking at your father.
All right, I'll let the dog lick it.
Lisa Marie, and she was just thrilled to death. She loved seeing her dad on stage.
He would many times introduce her to the audience.
Now, show my little daughter, Lisa. Look at her jump up.
Is there much there? Right, one second, I'll come and have a look.
She liked it.
She liked?
Sorry, my son's just spilt his cereal, his chocolate pillows, so I'm going to go tidy it up in a sec.
Seeing her dad perform, but I don't believe Lisa really realized the impact that Elvis had on the audience, or the impact that she had on the audience.
There's nothing left to do.
See that? The impact Lisa was always really important. Always. The impact she had on the audience. Like, we grew up with Lisa. I always say this. We all of us that have been fans for, whether it's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, we grew up with Lisa. We feel like she's family. We felt like we knew her.
Being on the road was very exciting for all of us, and we would take our wives and family from time to time, but that doesn't work on the road.
One of the hard things Priscilla was having was this rock and roll life.
And it wasn't like Elvis was going to the office every day.
And Elvis traveled so much when they were married.
We just got caught up in the temptations that can happen in that lifestyle.
Oh, well, you know, Jerry Schilling, don't forget, he tries to sit on the fence a bit. But the truth is, yeah, he got caught up with the temptations of that lifestyle. He's basically saying, you know, being unfaithful. Yeah? Maybe even slightly towards the prescribed medication. But it wasn't as simple as that. You have to follow the storyline back. You have to understand, yeah, the build-up to the marriage with Priscilla, what went on then. We know that Elvis was no angel. Then you have to understand why Elvis got engaged. Then it was under pressure. He wasn't ready for marriage. He didn't really want to get married. Then you have to understand, I think Elvis settled and calmed for the marriage, tried to change, tried to be a good husband and eventually father. Then you have to understand that then he catches Priscilla being unfaithful with Steve Peck, the dance instructor, months after Lisa Marie was born. You have to understand the impact that had on Elvis. So when Jerry Schilling says, oh, you know, the pressures of fame, you know, the temptations of fame, you know, Elvis was shagging around, basically. But why did Elvis feel after Lisa Marie was born that he would go back to his old ways? Which, you know, let's face it, in the early 60s, while he was making the movies, he was having fun with the girls. But remember, they weren't engaged, they weren't married, they had no kids. She had moved over in the hope that Elvis would calm down, would settle, that she could get Elvis. There's obviously a complicated story to do with Child Bride where it was all pre-planned. That's a separate topic. But my point is, Jerry Schilling has to keep Priscilla happy. Remember, when this was made, this is a VH1 documentary, you must remember that Elvis had Jerry Schilling had to keep Priscilla happy. She was the boss. She was in charge of everything. She had almighty power. Everything went through Priscilla. So when Jerry is talking about Elvis, his friend, Jerry loves Elvis. We've got Jerry's book. It's a beautiful book. It's a very well-written book. Me and a guy named Elvis. We know Jerry loved Elvis. We know that. But he also had to keep Priscilla happy. And he loved Priscilla as well, didn't he? He loved Priscilla. Who knows what went on between Jerry and Priscilla? So when he says, oh, Elvis, you know, temptation, he's keeping Priscilla happy. There's a narrative, there's a storyline that Priscilla likes to portray, that she was the good one at home waiting for him, but no, she was up to no good as well.
Priscilla was outgrowing the lifestyle that she had with Elvis. And that's when Priscilla
they're allowed to
told us that they'd be separating.
All right, okay.
There was truly still a love between Elvis and Priscilla. That was always shown around Lisa.
She never really
Go, you know,
felt
Mum,
a major
Mum,
impact of
go
a
tell Mum.
divorce. We both still
Yeah.
cared for each other.
You know, Mummy's in the lounge, don't you? Sorry, guys, kids are here. Mummy's, you know, Mummy's in the lounge, don't you? Ah! Hint, hint.
We tried to make it a transition that she would never really feel.
When Lisa was around 5, Priscilla
Right, let me
moved
go.
to Los
Right, I want to
Angeles.
go back
Priscilla,
on that.
Priscilla, that was always shown around Lisa.
She never really
Was this rock and roll.
Sorry, I want to go back on. I don't want to miss this bit because I think it's important. Hang on. I'm just very quickly trying to tell everyone that we're live. It takes longer than you think because there's a lot of people I have to tell. If I can just quickly rush through, because I want to concentrate on this documentary because I think it's quite important. So anyone that's joined us now, we're doing an old VH1 documentary, and it's based on Lisa Marie. I just want to make sure everyone joins us, yeah? So I think I've told everyone now. Then I want to quickly check your comments. Morning to you, a happy Sunday. Right, I think we're nearly there now, guys. Anyone that I've forgotten to message, I'm so sorry. So we've already done a couple of little lives this morning on the dog walk. We did a bit of a walk this morning where we did a few lives. Do you know what? I've got so many different topics to talk about, but I wanted to do some of these Priscilla news clips that are coming up on Facebook that Nessel and Derby Shaw have been posting. I just haven't had time to get around to it. And then you had Emily sent me some really good stuff. A 1973 interview with Priscilla. You know, it's about 10 pages of the interview. I don't know where to start, guys. I don't know where to start. So I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to have a chilled morning and I'm going to watch an old documentary with you guys. I just thought that. Right, I think that's everyone. I'm really sorry if I've missed anyone. I do tell about 50 people. It does take a while, but we get there eventually. I usually do this before, but I was a bit rushed. So anyway, let's okay, let's have a look. I think we're there. Okay. All right, we've got Maria. Maria, how are you, Maria? And then we've got Kate. Oh, there's so many names. La, ba, da, ba, da. Where do we start? Where do we finish? We've got Diana. Lovely Diana. Right. Oh, we've got Marianne. Oh, Marianne as well. Hi, Marianne. Even Angie Marquez is on my my friends now. We've got Lorraine Chapel. Hi, Lorraine. One of the most dedicated Elvis fans and Lisa fans I've ever known. Right. Let's check your comments. Let's see who we got on. So good morning. Where's Nancy this morning? No, Nancy? Ah, Nancy, you're here. I was looking out for you. Nancy, not as many comments today. Hi, Frederick. Ah, Frederick, you're awake for us. Oh, my God. Balloon. It's 4:43. But if you put the balloon down, you can let people see you. Do you want people to say hello? Do you want to say hello? Come and say hello quickly. Let me just... There we are. This is Tino. Me and Tino have had a morning together. Show him your balloon. It's big. It covers both of us. Right, I'm going to top up my coffee quickly. Top up the coffee. Top up the coffee. Do. Top up the coffee. Okay. Let's make it hot. We need it to be hot, don't we? No.
No.
Hot coffee.
No.
Yes.
No.
Right, okay.
No.
There's nothing left for us to go our separate way. Pick up all the pieces left behind, and maybe someday, we. Okay, right, now look, right, just stay back, and sit down now. Okay. He's showing you his gun.
I can also do something with us.
Yes, bang, bang, bang. Right, let me just squeeze past you.
I can do some.
And you. But they can't see your face. Stand so they can see. Oops. Stand so they can see your face. Right, hang on. Let me make this. Sorry, guys. Tino's having his bit of fun. Let me just make this smaller so I can show Tino. Right, Tino, stay there a minute. Right, come this way. Tino wants to show you his gun. Da da da. Now that is a big gun. Look at it.
Christmas.
Look at the camera and tell them.
Also,
He got it for Christmas.
also, this thing can go down, then I can pull this back up.
Ah, pretty cool. Look how big it is. Wow. This is a big gun.
Daddy, I'm trying to take this out.
All right, let's have a look. Oh, I don't know how you take these out. Do you know how you take them out?
Yeah, let's put it out.
Does it pull?
Yeah.
No, I think you got to press a button, haven't you? Maybe you have to shoot it first. No? Ah, you press that. Press that. You do it. Press that. That one. And then pull that. You got to press and pull. Right, okay, you take that while I do my show. There we are, guys. The kids are in charge. The kids are in charge. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that. Big and orange. Right, let me... Okay. Right, let's do the show. So, guys, we have found a really good documentary. And but I don't know why I've never seen this, because it's been around, hasn't it? So we're stopping and starting. We're reviewing it. It's a brilliant documentary. We're probably going to do part 1 and part 2 of it, and a part 3 of it as well, because it's quite long, but I think it's very good. So, yeah, Deborah says that's a big gun. Deborah, have you only slept 2 hours? Let's be Frederick, how are you this morning? You know, I like the Azara instant coffee they sell in. Hey, oh, I'll look that up. I just use a normal one. I've got this little machine that blends it all. Frederick, I've got a machine that blends the coffee. Nancy, how are you this morning? I didn't go to bed yet. I'm half asleep. Ha ha ha. Right. So Nancy, how are you this morning? I'm okay. Let's say it's about 20 miles from me. Storming now, so that will help get the fires out. Are you still having fires? Are you serious? So it's 4:43. Right. Okay. 1 a.m. where Deborah is. Any morning to you guys. When you... Yeah, I always let Frederick know. I try and let everyone know, actually. Right, okay, let's play the documentary. Okay, let's make it a bit bigger. You don't need to see too much of me. Let's press play. Now, obviously, I'm stopping and starting, guys. I have never watched this documentary. Have any of you ever watched this documentary? I've never watched it.
That Elvis had on the audience, or the impact that she had on the audience.
There's nothing left to do but go our separate
Just so you know, guys, Separate Ways is one of my absolute favourite songs.
Being on the road was very exciting for all of us, and we would take our wives and family from time to time, but that doesn't work on the road.
One of the hard things Priscilla was having was this rock and roll life.
And it wasn't like Elvis was going to the office every day.
And Elvis traveled so much when they were married.
We just got caught up in the temptations that can happen.
I don't think it's fair to say, oh, we just got caught up in the temptations. I don't think it's fair, because what about Priscilla's temptations? What about what she did? Her unfaithfulness, her aspirations, her dreams of wealth and fame and money and men. So it's not completely fair to give the impression that it was Elvis that gave in to temptation. They both did. And also, we have to understand that Jerry Schilling is trying to keep Priscilla happy in this documentary. I would say that it's very likely that Jerry had to get permission to do this documentary from Priscilla. So this documentary may be done from the point of view of Priscilla. Priscilla may have given permission for this documentary. She may have made profit from this documentary. She may have benefited from this documentary. So to the Elvis fans out there, don't be tricked. Understand there's more to this. There's a bit of manipulation being done here with this documentary. So let's keep watching.
In that lifestyle.
Priscilla was outgrowing the lifestyle that she had with Elvis. And that's when Priscilla...
So hang on. I'm going to speak. Remember, we are defending Elvis, yes? So everything I say is about defending Elvis. Priscilla is outgrowing the lifestyle she had with Elvis. The whole point of that sentence is, look, Elvis is running around being unfaithful. Priscilla is a poor victim stuck at home that has no life. That is the story, isn't it? But that isn't the truth. Priscilla was running around being naughty with Steve Peck, the dance instructor, with Mike Stone, the karate champion. She was the one that had a lifestyle that many fans don't know was happening. Many fans don't understand that there was a lot of wrongdoing from Priscilla happening during the marriage, that Priscilla had a plan. Priscilla had a plan. This book is a book of fake lies and fairy tales, in my opinion. So when we watch this documentary, we have to understand that we are being manipulated, tricked, scammed, conned, in my opinion. Obviously, there'll be some nice parts of this documentary, but we also have to keep an open mind. What is right?
Told us that they'd be separating.
There was truly...
So I'm interested to see now how they portray the separation. Yeah, who they blame, what led to it. I want to get your comments on here, guys, so I can respond. 1 second. Let's get it up. Is this the one? Right, okay, I think we got it. Right, let's press play. Morning to everyone. Hi, Teresa.
Still a love between Elvis and Priscilla. That was always shown around Lisa.
Right, okay. It looks like I'm going to have to keep butting in almost every second on this interview. There's still a love between Elvis and Priscilla that was always shown around Lisa. So I do believe Elvis put on this front for Lisa. Obviously, the most important person in Elvis's life is Lisa Marie. He adored her. They adored each other. She had been, at a certain point, she gets dragged away from Elvis by Priscilla so that Priscilla could have sex with Mike Stone, the karate champion. Yeah? So Lisa is the victim in all this. Lisa Marie is the biggest victim in all of this mess. But there is a thing where Elvis tried to come across to the public, to Lisa, to the friends and family, that Priscilla and Elvis got on well, stayed friends. It was a front. In my opinion, it was a front. It was a public front. I personally think behind closed doors, Elvis was very, very angry and upset about the way that she had run off with Mike Stone, the karate champion. Remember, Elvis adored the karate world. He put the karate world on a pedestal. He looked up to it. He respected famous karate champions. So this, to Elvis, Priscilla running off with the karate champion, was a kick in the face for him. It was humiliating, embarrassing. Could you imagine what he went through? And I know they mention it in the book, Elvis, What Happened. He was climbing up the walls and that. But, guys, don't fall for it when they're trying to paint Elvis out to be the bad guy.
She never really felt a major impact of a divorce. We both still cared for each other.
See, I don't believe a word of that. She never ever felt the major impact of a divorce. It can't be true. Because she takes Lisa away from Elvis, her home, around age 4, yeah? And she's suddenly living with a complete stranger, Mike Stone, the karate champion. We know he betrayed his wife, who was pregnant. He betrayed his daughter. So Mike Stone's treatment of his own family is disgusting. Yeah. But remember, Mike Stone's treatment jointly with Priscilla, taking Lisa away from her father, parading each other around the world, around where they lived, California, wherever it was, out in public, shopping, etc. How humiliating that was for Elvis in all the tabloids, in all the magazines, all the TV news clips. So the way that Priscilla left Elvis was disgusting. It was very humiliating for him. Can we even imagine what Elvis went through? This public split before the official divorce. The official divorce was in 73. There was a good year that they were separated, and Priscilla was living her life with Mike Stone, with Lisa. There are many pictures showing Lisa with Mike Stone, with Priscilla, trying to play happy families, shopping, etc. And this is so humiliating for poor Elvis, who had to just stand back and let the world, in his eyes, feel like they were laughing at Elvis. But I do think many of the Elvis fans were very angry with Priscilla. So Priscilla has a plan. How do I change public opinion? How do I make myself look like a victim? And this book was part of the plan, in my opinion. And the interviews with people like Barbara Walters. This was all part of the plan of trying to change public opinion to make poor Priscilla look like a victim. Yeah? And let me just make sure you can hear me, okay? All right, let's keep going, guys.
We tried to make it a transition that she would never really feel.
When Lisa was around 5, Priscilla moved to Los Angeles.
Priscilla kept her life at home normal.
Priscilla was being real strict and, no, you can't have this and that, and Elvis would never say no to her.
When Lisa would...
Elvis would never say no to her. I want to read your comments. So morning to you guys. It's still quite early. Happy Sunday morning. I'm going to do a few lives today. Just so you know, guys, I'm not talking about the other channels anymore. I've moved on from that. I've said everything I needed to say about the other channels, the stalker YouTubers. I said it in the last few days of live streams. If any of you need any information on the rights and wrongs of what happened with me and the other YouTube channels, it's only 2, and the stalkers, it's all there. Just go back, watch that. You'll completely understand. I've shown plenty of proof to show that I have been bullied and attacked by these people. But anyway, let's read some comments. Let's have a look. Hi, Teresa. Yeah, Lisa is a victim. Nancy, no, it is true, Louis, because Lisa said it from her own mouth that she didn't even know they were divorced. No, I know about that. Yeah, Nancy, I know about that. I've seen that interview, and I understand your point, but I'm not saying it from the point of view of Lisa. I'm saying it from the point of view of the fans, from the point of view of Priscilla and Elvis. Yeah, from the point of view of Elvis and Priscilla and the fans, they give the impression that they were friends. They were not friends. They were not friends. I don't care what anyone says. The whole thing was a front for Lisa. This is my point, Nancy. It was an act for Lisa. Behind closed doors, they were at each other, arguing about money and Lisa. Behind closed doors. It wasn't this beautiful, perfect friendship that we all think. But I understand Lisa thought it was when she was little. When she was little. When she got bigger, she started to realise. Now, obviously, I actually think that Priscilla had Lisa tricked for quite a long time. I think this is part of the reason why Lisa agreed to the sale of EPE Enterprises. Elvis, 85% of it, also renting Gracelands to EPE. Because I personally think that Priscilla had played a very clever game, giving Lisa the impression that Priscilla had saved Graceland, that it was Priscilla's idea to do the Living Museum. Yeah. So remember, I don't think Lisa Marie realised Priscilla's wrongdoing to Elvis and to APE and to Graceland until later. Don't forget, even Scientology for a while, Lisa thought it was a good thing. It was later she started to understand that the whole thing is a scam. The whole thing is a scam. So I understand what you're saying, Nancy. Linda Thompson has probably commented on what Elvis' feelings were about Priscilla in the years after 1972. She knows certainly whether whatever she's yeah. Linda was there. I'm a big fan of Linda, guys. I know some of you have got strong views about Linda. I've got her book. I like Linda. I like her. I like the way she talks about Elvis in interviews. She does say the odd things that she doesn't need to say. Some things were put in her book that she didn't need to say, but I like Linda Thompson. I think she's a cool lady. Yeah, Nancy, innit? It's obvious behind closed doors. It was not happy. I don't care what anyone says. Right, let's keep going.
Would go to Memphis. Obviously, it was a different story.
Long distance information. Give me Memphis, Tennessee.
Graceland was a little more than the average house. And Lisa was a little more of the average kid in what she could do.
It was almost like being on vacation. We played together, we laughed together, and she seemed to know, okay, here's where I can stay up late. I don't have to eat my peas if I don't really want to.
She rode around Graceland in a golf cart like a bat out of hell.
And she would just race around like you would not believe.
When Elvis was asleep, she could run Graceland.
Elvis was up all night and slept all day.
There was a lot of, she didn't like something, I'm going to tell my daddy.
She knew he had a little power, but she didn't know how much.
During the times that Lisa would go visit Elvis, it was a whole nother world. And then she would come back to Los Angeles, and it would be like a punishment.
I would buckle her down and just say, okay, now we have to get
I mean, I do love all the pictures.
back to normal. You have a routine. We have school to go to.
She'd put on the uniform and have to go to bed at a certain time.
She did not like that at all, but...
Can I ask you guys, have any of you watched this before? Can I ask you? It's a VH1. I don't know what year it is. Should we try and have a look? I don't know why. I don't know why I've not watched this. I'm really surprised to see if it gives us any details. 2003, and it says it's called Lisa Marie Presley Driven Documentary. Now this YouTube channel, Lisa Marie Presley, it looks very good. Looks very good. So have any of you watched this? Let's keep going, guys.
It was just something that had to be done. There was no question.
Lisa liked to be alone in her room a lot.
When she was alone, listening to music, she would write things.
She was always listening and absorbing, observing, and then all of a sudden, her expression would come out in the different writings she would be doing.
I would find writings in her room.
Writing became her expression.
Yeah, and we know she actually was a songwriter, not just a singer, a songwriter.
She was worried about something, there'd be little notes.
She would write pretty deep stuff sometimes, what she wanted, which was that her parents would always be there.
August.
You know, my heart breaks, guys. Why was this poor girl taken away from her father that she adored to live with a complete stranger, Mike Stone? I hate it. And then when we know that what eventually happens when Priscilla gets with Michael Edwards, the abuse, we have to say alleged for entertainment purposes. It's heartbreaking, isn't it, guys? That poor Lisa Marie, who was loving life, gets dragged away from her father for whatever the reasons are. Eventually, Priscilla gets with Michael Edwards, and then we know about the abuse, and nothing has been done about it. This book has been swept under the carpet. We want justice for Lisa Marie. This book has been forgotten. This book has been forgotten. It's madness. Where's the justice for Lisa Marie? Why hasn't Michael Edwards been arrested and questioned? Why has Priscilla not been questioned? She was in charge of Lisa. She was the the guardian, the parent responsible. It's even said there's a possibility that she turned a blind eye to it. In this book, it gives you the impression that Priscilla turned a blind eye to what was happening, the abuse of a child from Michael Edwards, allegedly. We have to say it's alleged for entertainment purposes. We have to say this is just opinions. But come on, guys. There's some serious wrongdoing here, isn't there? We must have justice for poor Lisa Marie.
16th, 1977. We were getting ready to leave on tour that day.
I was here in Los Angeles. Lisa was in Memphis, and in fact, she was supposed to come home that day.
I was supposed to wake him up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's when a phone call came from upstairs.
All right, so I think they're jumping forwards to Elvis passing now. I think let's hear it out, see their version of it. Now I like Joe Esposito. He's a good guy. He's very close with Priscilla, which worries me. But let's just listen to what they have to say.
Upstairs, Elvis fainted in the bathroom. So I ran upstairs real quick, and then when I got there, I turned him over. He was laying face down, and I knew as soon as I touched him that he was dead.
I mean, come on, we're all heartbroken, aren't we? We're all gutted by this. And you can see from Joe's expression that this was probably the most difficult day of his life. But let's keep listening.
I looked over, and Lisa Marie was standing by the door. Lisa watched us take him down the steps and put him in the ambulance.
I mean, we've heard different versions, haven't we? Priscilla's version is different, but it's just the fact that Lisa was around that.
I had to call Priscilla and tell her.
I get to the phone, and it's Joe that tells me that Elvis had died.
And that,
horrible, isn't it? Horrible.
That's when she was devastated. She dropped the phone and couldn't believe it. And then she picked the phone up real quick and said, Joe, how's Lisa?
My first thought is, after getting all over the shock of it, was where Lisa was. And was she okay?
So let's really listen to this, because there's different... Priscilla gives different versions of where she was and where Lisa was.
That was her main concern, what's happening with Lisa right now.
I was in Los Angeles, and my phone rang, and she said, "It's Lisa." And she said, "My daddy's dead, my daddy's dead. He's smothered in the carpet, he's dead, he died."
So I can see you guys are talking about if Ginger was at the funeral. I'm sure she was. Tell me if, I don't know. Could I be wrong? I'm sure Ginger was at the funeral. Nancy? No, Ginger wasn't at the funeral. Tell me, guys, was she there or not? Was she there or not? Because my memory is a bit faded. I'm just trying to... I'm sure she was. But I could be wrong. You tell me, guys.
Lisa just went out and got on her golf cart and just drove around the grounds. She was trying to escape the reality of it.
She kind of went into her own world.
She was out biding time, just out there, just kind of staying out of the way.
And I thought at the time, how odd, because she didn't really show any signs of this affecting her. But then again, a child shows their grief in very different ways.
Once in a while.
I mean, Nancy, that's very interesting. I need to do some research into that, because I don't know why I always thought Ginger was there. I'll have to look into it. All right, Elvis girl. Yeah, Elvis girl, right. Amy, right. Remember, Amy is our researcher. We love Amy. Auntie Amy. So, yeah, she was there. Yeah, so it's on in her book, she was there. Now, if Amy says she was there, guys, okay? Okay, let's just keep going, guys.
Well, she'd be distracted, and it would seem that life would go on, and then she would come in, and then the reality would set in. Oh, yeah,
Morning,
my daddy's
Lorna.
gone.
So, Amy, if you've just joined us, I've never watched this documentary. Our show today is about Lisa Marie. We're going to do this in 3 parts because it's so long. We're going to stop. I want to just do them in 1 hour slots. Otherwise, the second hour never gets watched. So we've got 15 minutes here. then we're going to stop and start straight away for part 2. Okay, let's just keep going. I've never watched this. Amy, have you ever watched this? I've never watched this. Hang on, guys. I want to, guys. 1 second, guys. Let me just get this. It looks like the sound might have stopped on my earphones. Hang on, let me just try again. I might stop and come back for part 2. Let's just see if it's going to allow it. Let's just have a look. Yeah, okay, right, guys. It's okay. I've probably just got to restart it. I'm going to stop and come straight back, okay? So, guys, I'm going to stop, make a cup of tea, and come straight back. I'll be back in a few minutes, okay, guys? 3 minutes, I'll be back. Same channel, Defending Elvis, part 2 of this. Thanks, guys.